Hello YouTube. This is my very first video, and I suppose we'll call this my introduction. I'll just like to introduce myself and sort of propose what I intend on doing here on my channel. So first of all, I've had zero experience in making videos for YouTube. I have recently been making videos and posting them on Reddit. Now, from the description, I am a male or female transgendered woman, and I am fairly early on in my transition. My intent in making these videos is to just put out some informative content that you may find interesting. You may be thinking of transitioning yourself. You may be in transition. You may have transitioned. My videos, I would like to think, are inclusive of everybody, regardless of your gender identity, sexual preference. It really doesn't matter. We're all just people. So that's sort of my intent, I suppose, and I'll elaborate a bit more as we go along. I have no experience, like I said, in making these kind of videos. My production values are going to be quite raw. I'm just using an iPhone to film this, and I'm here in my my unit where I currently live whilst I build a new home for myself and my family. So yeah, please don't expect any bells and whistles when it comes to the production values, and I think that's what adds a bit of context and flavour to my videos, that they are just raw and it's just me. They're completely unscripted. A lot of times it just comes off the top of the head, my head, and I don't edit things either. See? So it's pretty much one take and that's it. What you see is what you get. So a little bit about me. So my name is Brittany. I currently live in Sydney, Australia. I'm 47 years old, and I've been transitioning now for probably 3.5 months, maybe a little bit closer to 4 months, but about 3.5 months. And when I say transitioning, I'm referring to medically transitioning, where I am taking estrogen and I'm taking a testosterone blocker. So basically I'm on HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Probably won't go into too much detail in this video about my journey and how I came to understand that I am in fact transgender and what motivated me to start my transition. I'm sure they'll come in follow-up videos. I'll try to actually put some structure in and talk about each topic per video. But why am I doing this? I guess I'm doing this for a couple of reasons, and firstly, a bit selfishly, I'm doing it for me. Part of my realization as I have transitioned is that it's really important for me to be seen. It's kind of like I've been hiding in the shadows for far too long, for over 4 decades really, because again, when I get to that part of the story, you'll come to learn that probably since around the age of 6, I've felt this way to some varying degrees, but like a lot of trans people, and especially ones like me who start their transitions much later in life, it's a very common story that we didn't know, or we kind of knew there was something there but didn't have the words to articulate or the mental maturity to actually speak how we were feeling, and that fear of being ostracised or isolated or just not believed maybe, or even back in those horrible early days, just the public perception of being transgender. I don't think transgender at that point was even a word. So what hope did I have of understanding myself, but then having any expectation anybody else could understand what I was going through? when I couldn't grasp it. So anyway, look, that's, as I said, that's a topic for another video. So I suppose I won't make this a very long one. I'm new to this, as I said, but I've watched a ton of YouTube videos. So what am I supposed to say here? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, I don't know, share it. I don't know. This will be a bit of an evolution as we go on. But I sort of digress a bit. I was saying the reasons why I'm doing this. It's actually become quite therapeutic for me, as well as wanting to be seen in the world and acknowledged. I actually find this quite therapeutic for me, and it's a big step to put myself out on YouTube, because it's an open forum that anybody can see me here. But that's okay. I just explained how I want to be seen. But it's kind of like, for me, it's almost like coming to terms and becoming comfortable in my skin as me, as the person that I now am. Keeping in mind, it's only been 3.5 months since I started my HRT treatments, and I've only been presenting as a female for, well, it was probably around Christmas last year, 2021, where I'd sort of left the house as my female self, and from there I've been presenting pretty much full time. So I'm completely out at work, I'm out socially, my family all are aware of my identity, and it's been mostly positive. That'll be a subject for another video, but I guess today is just that bit of an overview. So just to continue on as to the reasoning and why I'm doing this, so that's the personal aspect that I've just explained. But I feel as though I have an obligation to give back to my community. I feel compelled to make these videos and to communicate, and my overall goal there is to normalise being transgender, because it's not some immoral, wrong, guilty thing that we indulge in. Essentially, it is who we are, and I'm speaking hopefully, if it's okay, on behalf of the transgender community. It's a pretty big ask, I know, but I hope you'd agree that all we are doing is just being ourselves. This is who we are at our core. And there's so many facets and so many different types of people, and the spectrum of being transgender isn't just male, female. There's a whole range of different, diverse, wonderful, beautiful people that sit on that spectrum. So, like I said, I'm just trying to normalise being transgender. We are just people like you. We're your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your father. We are just people. So just to touch more about me, just to illustrate that point a bit, I'm married. I'm thankfully still with my partner of over 25 years. She's absolutely amazing, and a true example of somebody who sees me for who I am, and that love is love. Sure, the external packaging is changing, has changed somewhat, quite a bit, and will continue to do so over the coming months and years. I'm also a parent. I have 2 lovely children, 11 and 14, and can I tell you that it was a real worry to speak to the children, our children, about this. We pondered for quite some time at how we would speak to them, how we would communicate this. But we were pleasantly surprised when we did eventually get to tell them that they kind of just shrugged their shoulders and went, "That's cool, no problem." Kids are far more educated these days, and thankfully where I live, I know it's not the same everywhere, and I feel regret for those of you who don't live in such a liberal space. But children these days are far more understanding and educated. There's diversity and inclusion teachings in schools. You're seeing a better representation of transgender or diverse people in The media, not all good, and that's a subject I will discuss at some point, about how transgender people have been perceived in the past, and unfortunately not in a too positive light. But yeah, telling the children was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now it's a good time for a disclaimer. I can only speak from my experiences. I can't speak for yours, and yours may be and probably are varied and completely different to mine, but they will probably draw a lot of similarities too. So just to finish up, I just want to touch on that point around why I'm doing this and around giving back to the community. I hope that these videos that I put together and put out here on YouTube will be educational and informative, and they might just help you. If you're watching this and you're thinking, well, yeah, I think I might be transgender and I'm scared and I don't know what to do and I need some help and advice. I'm hoping these videos will offer a little bit of advice and insight. I mean, there's dozens, hundreds, thousands of these type of videos online. I hope that my content might just be just a little different to what everybody else is doing. It may not be. Let me know. Hey, there's a good segue to leave me a comment in the comment section, right? So anyway, look, that's pretty much my video. That's me. I need to learn some etiquette around the length of videos because I do tend to talk quite a bit. I'm open for suggestions. If there's a topic you would like to talk about, or like me to talk about rather, pop it in the comments and I'll do my very best. I don't know how this will go. I don't know. I might not get any response at all. I really don't know, but this is just video number 1. Let's see where this goes. It could be something or it could be nothing. So this has been Brittany, just introducing myself, putting myself out there to the world. Let me know if this content interests you and let me know if you think that this could be something or not. So, all right, well, thanks for listening and watching, and bye for now. We'll talk soon. Bye.